The Cleveland Hopkins International Airport is the largest airport in the state of Ohio. Located just 8 miles southwest of downtown Cleveland, Hopkins carries a variety of budget and mainland carriers that give travelers many affordable options to choose from. Though Hopkins is not the busiest airport, it did serve over 9 million passengers last year, and that number has been increasing since 2014. For plane spotters, Hopkins can give you many incredible spotting opportunities if you know what you're doing. So I've compiled my tips and knowledge to help give you the best experience possible. Hopkins has a total of 3 active runways. Runway 10/28 is the least used, as it is the shortest runway at just 6,018 feet. Runways 6 left/24 right and 6 right/24 left are the parallel runways that see the vast majority of all of Hopkins air traffic. 6 left/24 right has a length of just 9,000 feet, while 6 right/24 left is just a little longer at 9,956 feet. Runway 6 right is primarily used for departures, but it's not uncommon for aircraft to land there as well. This runway is used when the wind is out of the north-northwest to the east-east-northeast. Runway 6 left is used primarily for arrivals, but again, departures can use this runway as well if 6 right is closed. Since it is a parallel runway, wind directions have to be the same as 6 left. Moving to the northern end of the airport, runway 24 left is the departure runway in this direction. Planes taxiing from the gate only experience a short trip to the runway, as it is right next to the terminal. For this runway to be in use, winds have to be out of the northwest to the southeast. The parallel runway is runway 24 right. This is the arrival runway in this direction, and it is the best runway for plane spotting. There are many different spots you can use for this runway, and the views are great no matter where you go. Last but not least is runway 10/28. This is the shortest runway that Hopkins has, and it is hardly ever used. The only time it is used is for heavy crosswind or if both the other runways were to be closed. If you are spotting runway 24 right, you will likely have a great view of the majority of Concourse A and B and about half of Concourse C. Each airline uses a specific concourse, so for spotters, it is good to familiarize yourself with the concourses. Concourse A is home to the budget airlines, and it has a total of 14 gates. Allegiant, Spirit, and Frontier all use this concourse, and Sun Country Airlines will also use this concourse when the airline makes one of its infrequent stops. Concourse B is the smallest of the 3 active concourses, with only 11 gates. Southwest and Delta will use this concourse. However, if all gates are full, Delta will use 1 or 2 gates in the Concourse A. Moving from the smallest concourse to the largest, Concourse C has a total of 29 gates and houses Air Canada, American, JetBlue, and United. The majority of United planes use gates at the end of the concourse, while the other airlines are more spread out throughout the concourse. Believe it or not, there's actually a 4th concourse, which is Concourse D. This concourse was constructed when Continental and United Airlines operated a hub in Cleveland. Continental and United's regional jets would use this concourse, while the mainland aircraft would use Concourse C. Unfortunately, Concourse D is vacant now, since United moved its hub out of Cleveland in 2014. However, United is still required to pay a monthly rent of $1.1 million per month until the year 2027. There are a total of 6 different spotting locations I personally know of that you can use when spotting at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. I've used 5 of these 6 spots, and each spot comes with its own pros and cons, but all these spots will give you a great opportunity to view arriving, departing, and taxiing aircraft. The first spotting location, and the one I know least about, is the parking garage located between the terminal and the Marriott Hotel. This is the one spot I have not used, so I do not know much about it. However, what I do know is that you will have to pay to park here. Also, security does make rounds throughout the building, and they may kick you out if they deem necessary. But if you can get past all that, this spot gives you great elevated views of Concourse C and the taxiing aircraft coming and going. Arriving and departing aircraft will also be at a distance, but on a clear day you can see them very easily. The BP gas station, which is not pictured here but does actually exist, is located off Brook Park Road, right next to the entrance ramp for Route 237. This is a spot that I've only used twice, mainly because it is only good for runway 24 left arrivals, which does not occur often. If you can get here on a day where this is happening, this location puts you almost directly under the flight path of approaching aircraft. At their closest, they are only a few hundred feet off the ground. However, this is a business, and they do have the right to ask you to leave, though this has never actually happened to me. I've included a couple clips to show you what this spot looks like when the aircraft is approaching overhead. The 100th Bomb Group restaurant is Cleveland Hopkins' primary spotting location. Though it may not be the closest you'll ever get, this spot gives you a great view of all the runways no matter which way the aircraft are departing or arriving. When spotting here, understand that this is a very public location, so there's a chance there will be a lot of people there, especially when Air Force One or another notable aircraft is coming into town. Most days, you will not encounter a large crowd, and there are more than enough parking spaces to choose from, so move around until you find a spot you like. The IX Center is located off of Aerospace Parkway, just off of Route 237, and I'll be quite honest with you, it's a very tough place to plane spot. First of all, you'll need to pay to get in, and that's only if the IX Center is open to events that day. The fee is usually a minimum of $10, but event coordinators can run up the price if they want to. Also, security roams throughout the parking lot, and they will kick you out as well. The only time I used this spot, security did not kick me out, but they were constantly driving by me slowly and making it clear that I wasn't welcome there. Ultimately, the views are not as good here, And truthfully, it's not worth the money or the headache of constantly looking over your shoulder for security. Mazella Lifting Technologies is located directly west from the IX Center down Aerospace Parkway. First and foremost, this is a privately owned business, and if you choose to spot here, please be respectful of the employees and the property. If they ask you to leave, don't give them a hard time and respect their wishes. Also, please don't litter, and if you see any trash, it would be a great idea to pick it up. It is my suggestion to spot outside business hours. Weekends are usually the best, and if you go on weekdays, go before 9 a.m. or after 5 p.m. Now that disclaimer is out of the way, I will say that this is probably one of my favorite spots. If arrivals and departures are out of the south, you'll be extremely close to taxiing aircraft like these United 777 I was lucky to catch, and you'll also be decently close to departing aircraft. Also, you'll have a great view of airplanes departing off of runway 24 left. If you travel west on Aerospace Parkway until the road loops around the end of the runways, you will come across a turnoff where the landing lights for runway 6 left are. This spot is great for head-on shots as you are directly underneath the flight path of these approaching airplanes. This spot is only good for 6 left arrivals though, as it does not offer a great view of the airport. I wouldn't spend too much time at this spot though, as police patrol the perimeter of the airport very frequently, and they may have issues with you underneath the landing lights. This is my all-time favorite spot at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. If you continue past the landing lights on Aerospace Parkway, you will see this parking lot right next to runway 6 left. This spot is great for 6 left arrivals, 6 right departures, and especially 2-4 right departures, as departing aircraft will rotate almost directly right next to you. As with almost all these spots that I've mentioned so far, this is a private business, so they can kick you out. However, I will say that I've used this spot many times and have never been kicked out once. That's not to say they won't, so again, please be respectful of the employees and their property. Hopkins is a mid-size airport, meaning that other than the daily cargo jets, you won't see many large or wide-body airplanes. Sure, you'll get the occasional charter plane, and sometimes larger planes will divert from O'Hare, Newark, or Dulles when the weather is bad, but this is very rare. However, if you're looking for relaxing time to watch some airplanes, Hopkins is more than sufficient. For those wanting to learn more about this airport and its spotting locations, I hope this video helped. If you like this video and would like to see more of this type of content, drop a like or leave a comment. Any feedback helps, and as always, thanks for watching.